While on a trek to Vasudhara Falls, I came across a snow-covered peak which I couldn't identify, and I wanted to know what the name of the peak was. I found out while surfing the internet that it is relatively easy to figure out names of the peaks that you come across on your treks. All that you need is to have a camera which records the location of the photos that you take, the location in terms of the latitude and longitude. So these are some of the photos that I had taken on the trek, and this was the peak that I could see in the distance. Very briefly, it was very cloudy that day, and for a very for a very small amount of time, I could see this just the top of this snow-covered mountain in the distance. So how do you find out the name, right? So if you have if you have a photo taken by the camera that records the location, then you need to find out what the location is. So when I open this up in Google Photos, if I click on this I button here, info, it tells me that this is where the photo was taken, right? This is the location. So if I click on this, it takes me to that location in Google Maps. So what I need is just the latitude and longitude information. So what you can do is you can right click on this and then click on these numbers. They get copied. Then there's a website called Peak Finder. You click on that, right? And then here what you do is you just paste the location excuse me, the location that you have, and you click enter, and you wait for it to take you to that location. So now that you are there, you need to do one more thing. The location, you know the location, but you haven't specified the direction, because there can be north, south, east, west, and any of those combinations, in basically infinite number of directions at a point. So you also need to specify the direction in which you were looking when you took the photo. So I remember I was facing west when I took the photo, right? So here I just click and drag. See, here you can see the direction given by this blue thing, and in Google Maps it is aligned as such. So north is at the top, south is at the bottom, then west is on your left, and east is on your right. So I know that I was looking at the left when I took the photo, so I was pointing west. So let me just click and drag until I can see that uh, the blue highlight is on the west side. So it's somewhere here, somewhere about here, right? Okay. So but I can't, so supposedly I'm at the location where I took the photo, but I can't see any peaks right now. That may be due to the fact that the altitude at which I was when I took the photo, it may not really match with what is there in the city. There may be some uh, the location here might be off by a few meters, top or bottom, right? The elevation might not be perfect, so you can change. You're there at that location right now, but that elevation might not be what it was when you took the photo. So you can change the elevation by clicking on these arrows. So what I do is I click on this one to go up, go slightly up, and then and again you zoom out completely, so you're not really, anyway. So you can see that now there's a peak that's visible, and it's called the Swachand peak. So this is probably the peak that I saw. This is the peak that I saw, and in order to verify that, if I do a Google search of Swachand peak, right, look at some photos taken by some other fellow travelers. So this is what I should have seen if the weather was completely clear, and if I just compare it with the photo that I have that I took, let's see if, so let me open these two side by side and zoom in. So if you look very closely, it does seem that these two mountains are the same, right? It's just the top portion from here to here. So using this website called Peak Finder, it also has an app. You can find out the peaks that were unknown to you until then. There's another example that I would like to show you. So another time I had visited a place called Khirsu, and from there at one of those places I clicked this picture, and again, I know this is Chowkhamba, this is very famous mountain, but I didn't know what this was, the one next to it. So using the same thing, you can go here, click on info, click on this, copy the location, then open up Peak Finder, enter the location, wait for it to take you there, right? So it is there now. And yeah, you also need to know the direction. So again, this I remember, probably north east, you could call it. So if this is already in northeast, right? So now if you zoom in a bit, these pictures will match with the one that I have, right? This is the picture that I had taken, and this is the one shown by, again, let's open side by side. So this is the one I had, and this is the one shown by Peak Finder. So again, if you see here, it does say that this is Chowkhamba, which I knew it was, but the one next to it, it is called Balakund, and now I know the name of the peak, which was unknown to me. So thank you for watching. Hope it helps you to find out peaks in your pictures as well. Thank you for watching.